Hi all, I am going to show you how to take this piece of metallic fabric and turn it into a shirt that we're going to wear. And this is actually the top that I wore underneath my suit for my interview at Miss America as Miss Illinois. And here's the top, here's it complete. And I'm just kind of showing you a little fun thing on how I pinched it right there, but we'll get into it and it'll be really cool. And you can see I bunched it on the back a little bit, and I ended up fixing that off camera after. That was just me taking out a stitch and then re-stitching it, which very, very, very easy. That was just my mistake, so that's not something that you'll do because I know you'll do it perfectly. But yeah, so we're gonna get into it, and you're gonna go ahead and start. I believe it was a yard of this fabric at Joann's. It was on clearance, and I got it for a pretty good deal, about $5. And when you buy fabric, they usually fold it over. So I didn't need quite a yard, and I wanted to be more of like a tube top kind of. It is a stretchy spandex like material. So I'm gonna go ahead and measure it out. And from the top of my chest towards like my belly button, that side, more of the length, I guess we're gonna say, that I wanted it to be, I believe it was 16 inches. So here I am kind of measuring out that, and I'm gonna actually fold it over a long ways, or hot dog style, if you will. So I'm measuring 16, and then I'm gonna cut it straight across, and I think it was about 25, 26 inches. Again, I didn't really measure it here. I just kind of wrapped it around my body, and then I knew where I wanted it and where that excess was. And you're gonna see I actually don't cut off the excess in this. So the great thing about this material is because it's stretchy, it's going to be really forgiving, and you'll see that later on. Here I am folding it over. So I have a measuring kind of mat that I use to do my cutting on, and I had measured out the 16 inches down, and then I folded it over because you want to have 2 layers. Well, I want to have 2 layers for this top. You can do whatever you want. So I folded it over and I'm mapping it out this way. Now, is this the most precise way to measure something? Absolutely not. Is this the way I wanted to today? Yeah. So feel free to pick a much more precise way. And now I'm just cutting across. So you'll see that fold at the bottom left-hand corner. You can kind of see the 2 overlapping sides. So when I unfold it, it will end up being 32 inches. And you're going to end up sewing it into a tube-like thing. So we'll speed it up in a second. So here it is. I finished cutting it across, and now I'm going to fold it over. You can see I kind of had that white little edge, so sometimes the margins get a little frayed, or sometimes the pattern doesn't go all the way down. So when I measured it to the silver where it ends, and not that white. So you can see I lined it up down there where the silver meets, and then I went ahead and I did a zigzag stitch, and my machine kind of skipped a little bit. I did it on that edge right there, and I turned it inside out. So after I turned it inside out, I went ahead and I pinned it on my mannequin. So when I did that stitch at the bottom, it was about 1 inch into that silver type fabric. So here I'm showing you all the excess. I really wanted to make sure that top part was good. So I had pinned the top part, and here you can see I'm trying to figure out the ruching, and that I just stuck a safety pin honestly through it, and wherever it fell I kind of adjusted it, and that is to your liking. You obviously don't have to do that, but I really wanted it. And now I'm trying to figure out how to work the sides, because remember, this is a stretchy fabric, so once it's on, it's going to look a little bit different than this mannequin. And because it's stretchy, when you pin it, it's also going to pin at this kind of weird angle. Plus I had bunched some up, so I tried to pin it back at that baseline of the mannequin. If you don't have a mannequin, again, you can kind of wrap it around you and try to pin it where your spine would be, or maybe make a little indent or take a piece of chalk and map it there. Another thing that I love to do is take the friction pens and make a little dot, because they actually come up with heat, so that's pretty neat. So here you can see it's kind of at an angle, and here's a zipper I got at Joann's for about $2, and remember, you want to pin it so the zipper is going to be the right way at the end. So you can see the ruching right there and how I pinned the zipper face down. So I've pinned it so the teeth are going to end up meeting each other at the end. I've pinned it on both sides, and it's kind of slanted, again, because we did that ruching, we kind of pulled it, and it's going to wrap around. And that top part, the bust of it, is always going to be a little bit bigger anyway. So let's speed it up a little bit. I'm just pointing it out again. I'm trying to figure out where we're going here. Oh yeah, I'm showing you that I'm going to sew right along that edge, and when you sew the zipper, you need to move the zipper down, and then once you move past it, you'll move the zipper again. Here I am sewing straight down, and here I am showing you that the zipper is on, and we are good. So I ended up going over it twice, 2 runs right there. And here's all that extra fabric I was talking about. So remember, I said it was about 26, 25 inches around, and that's just that extra fabric that was bunched up in the back when we pinned it. And I cut it off eventually, maybe not here, but that's the extra fabric up there. And I ended up kind of cutting it and then folding it under. So you can see here that the zipper also kind of has a double layer to it. This is how I ended up folding it. I kind of made a little crease right there, and this is the inside. Remember, all of this black mess of the thread is on the inside, so I'm going to fold it over a few times, and then I ended up hand sewing that, and that was just to your liking. Now, you could also be really exact and cut it exactly where you want it the first time, but I wasn't really feeling that today. So here it is. I flipped it over to show you how I folded it in to make the zipper nice and taut at the top, and you can see all the lines. And here is our top finish. Now those lines at the bottom, they pull out when you have it on because it is stretchy. I made it a little tighter. But yeah, there's a little wrinkle in the top that I had to undo a stitch for. But here is the finished product. I hope you enjoyed my Miss America interview top, and I hope you're able to make your own and participate in the Miss America opportunity.